What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. I couldn't have not done this. The Bullet King, one of my favourite iconic guns from the Division 2 game and from the Division franchise, because obviously we all know that, God rest his soul, the Bullet King named NPC in the first game. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Right, okay, so if you didn't check out my previous videos about Heartbreaker, Strikers, the nerfs, the buffs and things like that, go and check them out. It will make a lot of sense why I'm running Heartbreaker. So this is the build that I have put together. Now obviously I know a lot of people don't like all red, but for the PTS I am basically trying to find out what is the most powerful, and then obviously, you know, going forward you can then flip in survivability, different talents and things like that, but you kind of know what is the most powerful, you know, options, and then you can mess them as you like. Like for instance, for this I probably wouldn't run Vigilance because we've not really got any protection. I'll change this to Unstoppable Force, but because of testing, straight damage from Vigilance is much easier to test. So we're in the range. Nobody likes a range shot, but we're going to do it, and you're instantly going to look at the numbers and be like, what? So as you can see here at the bottom left, if you've got a keen enough eye, because the game stopped showing it, yeah, 1.6 mil, 1.5, 1.7, 1.6. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Now I have got my Bullet King set up for rate of fire. That's how I prefer to run it in the regular game now anyway. So my rate of fire is a little bit higher. Obviously that got changed from 850 down to 750, but it got a 10% damage buff. So it has the Negev based stats, but it has 10% extra damage on top of that as well. So the way I run it obviously is kind of nice because it does negate that rate of fire nerf that we got a little bit. What we will do here is we're going to change this out like I said, and we'll put Unstoppable Force on. And this might not be the way you could run it, because obviously we've got options when it comes to LMGs. We could literally run, you know, the Lengmore set as well. That would be pretty interesting. And maybe Lengmore Heartbreaker mix, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. There'll be a lot of builds, I'm sure, coming out. But obviously if you're talking damage, we're going to run Contractor's Gloves because we get LMG damage there and damage to armor, and we get you know, I basically built for crit chance, crit damage across the board. Now just a little bit of a note and a spoiler for my Strikers versus Heartbreaker video if you've not watched it. If you look at the bottom here, this, if I can zoom it in, nah, not too much. So this is Heartbreaker Vigilance, but this is running a St. Elmo's engine on Heartbreaker, and that is the stats that I got if I bring this bad boy over and kind of just pop it there, because they're the ones that you want to look at. This is basically a comparison of running the Bullet King versus a St. Elmo in this build, give or take Foxes and Contractors, which shouldn't necessarily matter too much anyway, depending on what enemy you are hitting. And as you can see, there is a significant difference. Now, if you look at, like, obviously you can't really take into account the total DPM and things like that for this because it doesn't really have a magazine size. But if you look at the top end at the head crit, you're more than 300, you're like 300k difference. A body hit, you know, over 100k difference. It's a lot of extra damage. And when it comes to the burst and sustained, as you can see there, it is a lot of extra damage. So, and that's obviously because of the changes they've made to the St. Elmo and things like that. But the Bullet King has got a nice buff and Heartbreaker has got a nice buff. So let's take it to our favourite mission, Lincoln Memorial, and go full glass and see if it's actually any good or not. Maybe it's so powerful we don't need survivability. There's so much to cover in this PTS, and I have not enough time to do it all.
We need you to secure the memorial and remove the True Sons forces.
Obviously, I'm going to have to pop headshots.
The True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
Maybe I should put a pulse type on. But it's kind of forgiving with the Bullet King because you can just kind of spray and pray because of the maggot situation. I am noticing, however, that I am way far away from ever getting anywhere near that top end with the chest piece. LMGs, man. Please, please, please get rid of the suppressed mechanic. We can use this boy here to build up some stacks. But even then, we still weren't at halfway. And I really don't want to get into the whole
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that
use a shotgun to build the stacks, right? I really don't feel like that is a thing. So let's have a look what we can do here. We could put them gloves on. Then we're on a group or backpack already. Do we still think about running Obliterate on the chest? I mean, I don't really want to go glass cannon. I could go spotter. Critical hits increase total weapon damage for 1% for 10 seconds. Yeah, I think I want to go spotter now. I could put that chest piece. None. Now I got a group or chest where I can change the power talent. Yes, we have. So obviously the reason I'm going to go spotter is that we're going to be pulsed and it's a constant 15% rather than a build up to 17%. I just feel like they've really hurt a good old favourite Obliterate. And then here we'll do the same. Not Vigilance. We're going to go Unstoppable Force. And then we're going to check our stats because we look like we are super capped. So we can't change anything there. Any of these? That's crit damage. This is crit chance, but we can't change it. This is crit chance, but we can't change it. Ah! Oh, there's a mod there. Let's strip that out. I hope we go under the cap. Well, no, we don't. Oof, that's annoying. Let me just very quickly change to this. Check the stats. Alright, so we're actually 0.5 over. I can actually live with that, actually. For consistency's sake, we can live with that. And then we're going to put some crit damage mods in. Obviously, the stats for this build now will be different than what I showed you at the beginning. But I feel like we'll notice much more consistent damage this way around. Nope. Nope. Yep. This way around. So now our stats are 60.5. So we're capped at 60, 130% critical hit damage, 85% headshot damage. And I feel like we will get much more value out of this. If I did want to keep the armor on killing, kind of like that. But for Pulse's sake, we wouldn't necessarily run it like this. I'd perhaps run the drone and the TAC 50 specialization and just kind of forget about the armor on kill. Look at that in other ways. I mean, the thing's an absolute laser beam. And even now, the stacks are still pretty low. So yeah, there we go. We got to the maximum potential at the end. and we hit like, you know, 1.3 mil, which was really nice. It does lose stacks very quickly still. That's always been a problem. I keep hitting the reload button. Just kind of spam bullets. I mean, yeah. It still suffers a little bit, Heartbreaker, from the fact that it loses stacks very, very quickly. I think it needs to be a little bit kinder on the losing stack. Maybe change this to 1 stack is lost each second. But the buff is definitely a welcome buff. And, you know, this thing is amazing now. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely loving the Bullet King. That Bullet King life, baby, is absolutely back. And yeah, I think, you know, it's a shame what happened to Obliterate, but I think Spotter is now the future. I really do. But yeah, that is going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the Bullet King and all of the changes down below in the comments. It's a wild one, that's for sure. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, agents, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.